See what people wind up Jonathan.
It's people who literally misuse the word literally. Oh, there you go. Thank you. Some support there. Yeah. And I'm not saying it in the full pomp of pedantry and saying I don't agree that words could be changed over the years or that language is indeed something which can evolve and people can use it differently. I'm all for that. I understand that, you know, the modern world, part of the vernacular and the idiom that we have is not necessarily what it was 20 years ago. Recently, my daughter started to use the word spicy. That's the new word for an attractive person. Did you know that, Sarah? You know?
No.
Spicy. So she says, oh, yeah, he's the spicy one. So I know words change, and I'm all for that. It's like, you know, good and bad being switched to that kind of thing. But literally is a word which has a very specific and very useful meaning. And then at times when we use it, we should need that. And I think it's important that you stick to that. And when people misuse it, it's normally because they're idiots. Like there was an American news report I saw when Britney Spears was having one of her semi-regular downturns, poor thing. I think it was the time she shaved her head and went out and attacked a van with an umbrella. And she was in a bad way, and they went outside to some sort of, like, terrible report and said, what's going on? What can you tell us about Britney? And obviously he couldn't tell us anything about Britney because he didn't know Britney, and he was just outside with the rest of the kind of, you know, the bottom feeders commenting on this poor woman's breakdown, and he said, she's literally on a roller coaster to hell. Wow. There she was. I'd have watched all night. I mean, you know... May I quote the great poet, Ezra Pound? Well, he wasn't much of a poet, but anyway. He said, words are shabby tools always deteriorating. And they are, but only if you let them. So I'm saying we should stick with literally for what it is and not let idiots destroy it. God bless you.
It's a very interesting point, this, because I am quite liberal about language being used in and changing and all that. But you're quite right. There is a specific purpose for literally, and it is being used badly. One of the worst exponents of this is Jamie Redknapp, who is famous now for his overuse of literally. And I've got some examples to back up your point. For example, in his youth, Michael Owen was literally a greyhound. To be fair to Jamie Redknapp, though, the fact that his dad's dog had a bank account might have confused him.
The richest dog in the world.
Exactly. And now this one is particularly interesting. Peter Schmeichel will be like a father figure to Kasper Schmeichel. Now, I should point out, Peter Schmeichel is Kasper Schmeichel's father. This is one of the few opportunities he had to use literally correctly. You say you're a pedantic person when it comes to language?
I'm not overly pedantic, and I'll be honest with you, if you don't put it in Room 101, I'm not going to lose sleep over it, Frank. But,
What, literally?
It does bother me.